back at it again, and we've got to talk about Sunny Hostin. Yeah. Um, it's always funny how this stuff ends up playing out with the left, Man, I will say this. It's good to be on the right side. Yeah, pun intended, right? It's good to be on the right. It's mighty good. I'm happy that I am not a part of the left and holding a bunch of L's. So happy. So happy. I mean, it's much better on this side. It is much better on this side. But we're going to dive into Sunny Hostin in The View because she recently discovered some things about herself that I don't think she's going to like a whole lot. Well, I know she didn't like a whole lot. Like, share, comment, and hit that subscribe button if you are new. And let's dive in.
You ever hear of him?
No.
Well, Fermin Besa, you just met your great.
Yeah, read that title right there. Yep. Don't you just love it? Yeah.
You ever hear of him?
No.
Well, Fermin Besa, you just met your great-great-great-grandfather.
Wow.
Third great-grandfather.
I didn't know the roots went back that far.
Our researchers discovered that her third great-grandfather, Fermin, was the son of a merchant who was likely involved in the slave trade. And Fermin himself owned at least one human being.
I'm a little bit in shock. I just always thought of myself as Puerto Rican, half Puerto Rican. I didn't think I was, my family was originally from Spain and slaveholders.
Yeah.
I guess it's a fact of life.
That nervous laugh. Oh gosh. Oh gosh. Oh gosh. Yep. You're a part of the alleged problem that she always claims, she always talks about.
Spain and slaveholders.
Yeah.
I guess it's a fact of life that this is how some people made their living, on the backs of others. I mean, my mother's family does look white, so,
What you got against Spain?
Just the colonization of other people. I'm surprised that they were enslavers, actually.
Yeah.
That's disappointing. And
That's a lot to deal with.
Yeah. At first I was deeply...
Yeah, someone like her, who actually, we're going to get into that. But yeah, most definitely for somebody like her, I would imagine it's got to be difficult. The hypocrisy. Oh, all white people are bad. This country, such a racist country. Oh my goodness, oh my goodness, oh my goodness. I need reparations. This. Oh, your family owned? Okay. I'm going to need you to pay up, Sonny. I'm going to need you to pay up. I need a check. When them reparations checks start circulating, Sunny Hostin, make sure you are writing a big check. Big check. Okay? Very big check. Goodness gracious.
Disappointed.
The slave thing is a bummer.
It's a bummer. I still believe in reparations, by the way, so y'all can stop texting me and emailing me and saying that I'm a white girl and that I don't deserve reparations. I still believe that...
Someone did that to you?
Yes.
I don't know who sent her a thing telling her she was a white girl.
Okay? It's too much, people.
But clean off your television screen.
Yeah, that's a lot. So I still believe in reparations. I still believe this country has a lot to do in terms of racial justice. But what I will say, Sarah, to your question is that I feel that I'm enriched by knowing that history.
Yeah.
I'm enriched, and I'm enriched by knowing that my family has come so far from being enslavers to my mother marrying my father in 1968.
Well, yeah.
That the lived experience of...
I bet you do feel enriched. Because your family got rich. Your family got rich off other people's backs. Yeah. My. The tables have turned. And you've gotten rich too. Seems like you need to be writing a check, Miss Sunny Hostin. Mm-hmm. Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. And, you know, anybody calling her white, I mean, they would be right. You know, she do got some white in the blood, you know what I mean? So, technically, they ain't wrong. I'm just saying. She even admitted it herself. She said earlier in the video, you know, yeah, my mother's family actually does, you know, those came out of her, you know, those words came out of her mouth, not ours. But let's continue.
To my mother marrying my father in 1968.
Well, yeah, that the lived experience of a white kid in Appalachia or perhaps on a potato farm in Idaho
Or in Brooklyn.
is different in this country for a black student, whether that black student be wealthy or not, because this country was founded on slavery.
We're absolutely racist people in this country. It is not the vast majority of people in this country, and I feel like
We don't know. The FBI director said white supremacy is the biggest threat to our country today.
Well, that still doesn't mean that that's the vast majority of people. I just don't believe that in my day-to-day life that the people that you're encountering harbor racist viewpoints. I do think that this division that we're creating.
If you look like me, you would believe differently.
But you know what, Alyssa, the woman.
So, but just to understand, are we saying, do we think the vast majority of Americans are racist? That's what I'm trying to. Help me understand.
I think that there is a significant portion that are racist, and you can't dismiss my lived experience.
And I never would say. I would never dismiss
when I say that there are a lot of racists in this country, I just experienced my son walking down the beach being called the N-word several times in Florida.
This is a recent clip, guys. Most of you probably remember I touched on this story, which I found total BS. Like, who's doing that? You know what I mean? Like, what? I have never, and granted, I'm just one person. I'm just one person, right? But I have never been walking somewhere, anywhere, and somebody shouted, "Hey, N-word!" Like that just doesn't happen. That doesn't happen. Now, like I said, I'm just one person. But that has never happened, or I've never had a conversation with anybody black who have told me, yeah, I was walking down such and such street, or I was walking in such and such building, and somebody shouted at me, "Hey, N-word." Never. Never. So, like, come on now, really? Coming from a person whose family owned slaves. Goodness gracious.
In this country, I just experienced my son walking down the beach being called the N-word several times in Florida. You can't say, I believe that the vast majority of people aren't racist.
But again,
we don't know
that's
that.
Fair. There are 300 million people in this country. I would never minimize your lived experience any more than I would mine as an Arab woman.
Sunny Hostin I think she went to Binghamton undergrad, and she went to Notre Dame Law School, which is a great law school. Her son right now is at Harvard. That son she wants us to think is sitting there oppressed, who she's got to fight on behalf of because America is so awful to him. They're educating him right now at Harvard University. And Jason, would you take a look at this? Because I'm going to guess, I haven't been to your house down in Tennessee, but I'm going to guess it doesn't look like this. This is Sunny Hostin's home in this shitty country that she can't stand, that doesn't treat black people like Sunny well. She let People magazine feature her home. Look at this dump. This country sucks. She went to Notre Dame Law School. She makes millions on The View. Her son's at Harvard. I'm sure her daughter's at private school on her way to some Ivy League. This is where Sunny lives. And F off, America. I can't stand how you've kept us all in chains. That's her messaging.
Goodness gracious. Goodness gracious. That was an incredible house. I mean, wow. You know, anybody who, you know, I think would be afraid of, you know, this being a racist country, I don't think would show their own home on television. Like, have a camera crew come in and film the entire layout of their home. Like, I feel like anyone who thought this was a racist country, like, that's just not a smart move, right? Like, that's just common sense to me. You know, I'm just saying. Like, because she told us that this is a racist country. There's a lot of racist people. So she decided to film the inside of her home. Oh, interesting. Interesting. You know, I didn't do it. I didn't do it. You know, she let People's Magazine do it, not me. Okay? Not me.
You know, I was really reluctant. I don't know how you felt when you did it, Whoopi, but I was really reluctant to do it because I just sensed that there could be something in my family history that would be disappointing.
Negative.
Negative, yes. I thought I was going to have that kind of moment. And Skip had asked me to do it for a long time. And I finally decided to do it because I thought it'd be helpful for my children and my children's children to know what their real history was, you know? But what I found out was that my mother's family, while they are Puerto Rican, they actually originate from Spain. And the reason that they moved to Puerto Rico is because the slave trade had been sort of canceled in Spain and then Curacao, and then they moved all of their slaves to Puerto Rico.
Oh, well, I'll be darned, sonny. So you mean to tell me not only did y'all own them, but y'all wanted to own them so bad, that when it was gotten rid of, when they banned it, you left to go to another country that would allow it. Interesting. Interessante, if I do say so myself.
And so and then they moved all of their slaves to Puerto Rico. And so the family business, I had been told that they were printers and journalists, but they were in fact enslavers. And my mother, so
A hush fell over the audience.
it was deeply disappointing.
Deeply disappointing, you say. Huh. Yeah. Well, another one, ladies and gentlemen. Another one. And let me remind you all that the only president, right, who doesn't have a connection to slavery is Donald Trump. The only president that's alive that doesn't have a connection to slavery is Donald Trump. Yeah. I'm just saying. But they always accuse Trump, you know, of being this horrible, terrible, no good, very bad person. Sounds like some of these other folks are actually the bad people, and they're just trying to push it off onto us, right? The old projection, right? Oh, they're the terrible folks, when really it's actually you, Sonny, and your family, when really it's you, Obama, and your family, when really it's you, Joe Biden, and your family. You all were the slave owners. It wasn't Trump. Hey, I didn't write it. I just reported on it, okay? Oh, man. I don't make the rules. I just play by them. And according to the studies, according to the DNA test, they were all some slave owners. So I'm going to need reparations from all of them. If we go do reparations, I'm going to need some from Sonny. I'm going to need some from Joe Biden. I'm going to need some from Obama. Oh, man, I'm going to need some from all of them. I need a check. Pronto. I need it now. Yesterday. All right? Sign that check. Send it over to me right now. Fill that thing out. Come on now. What y'all waiting on, Sonny? I just saw your crib. Is nice. Nice house. So I know you got the cash. I know that's not a problem. Son going to Harvard. Oh, yeah. Y'all high rollers over there. Let me get a little bit of that slavery cash. What y'all doing? You know? Come on now. I need my reparations, Sonny. Goodness gracious. But like I said, it's always funny how this stuff plays out, isn't it? Hilarious. But as always, y'all let me know what you thought about this one in the comment section below. Like, share, comment. Hit that subscribe button before you go. Peace and love. I'm out.